But its most eye-popping feature is new to humankind. It can analyze any song in an iPad's iTunes library and automatically generate a written piano part or chord chart for it. At that point, that you can play along with the song, as though you're sitting in with the band. As a bonus, a column of tiny LED lights falls down toward each key, Guitar Hero style, giving you advance warning of which keys to strike and when. That's for people who aren't great at reading sheet music. The company's goal was to make practicing more fun, and boy howdy, does this piano succeed at that. In other words, you can jam away with flawless sheet music as you accompany your MP3 files of Hey Jude, Rocket Man, and Mr. Blue Sky. But the sheet music produced by the piano is a dissonant, clashing mess with, for example, Here Comes the Sun or Take Me to the Church. If you don't connect an iPad, the Clavinova CSP is an excellent but limited home piano. It comes with a bench, music stand, keyboard lid, 3 pedals, and even a little hook for headphones. Along its edge and back, you'll find 2 headphone jacks, a line/mic input, for a guitar or microphone, for example, an audio input for a music source like your phone, to use the piano as a speaker, an audio output jack, for external speakers, MIDI connectors, for controlling the keyboard from a computer, and an auxiliary pedal jack, for connecting foot controllers. Yamaha's list price for this thing is as high as $6,000, but piano list prices are a total fiction. Actual piano stores which won't have the piano in stock for a few more weeks are offering it at around $3,500. Models with nicer cabinet wood and bigger speakers jack up the street price as high as $5,300. Here's what you can do without the iPad. Unfortunately, the piano has only a single button, called Function. Controlling all of the features listed above requires holding down Function while you press one of the piano's 88 unlabeled keys. So if you do intend to use these features, expect to run back and forth a lot to the manual. Even so, this is all pretty cool stuff. But paying $3,500 for this piano and then not connecting an iPad is like buying a Maserati to use only for its air conditioning. The real magic begins when you connect an iPad, using its normal charging cable, to the piano's USB jack. In the spring of 2018, Yamaha says, you'll be able to connect an Android tablet. Okay, now the big ticket item, instant sheet music for anything in your song library. As you now know, this feature works very well on simple songs, and pretty badly when there's musical complexity. But let's give this thing some credit. Having software analyze a recording of a band, multiple instruments mixed together to deduce what notes are being played is an unbelievably difficult task. It's like asking a computer to write out all the different conversations it's hearing at a cocktail party. In other words, you can forgive Yamaha's software for botching the transcription of complex songs. Weirdly, though, it also frequently mishears chords in much simpler, straight-ahead songs, directing you to play a D minor chord in Piano Man, for example, when it's quite obviously a D major chord. The result, Clash City. There are also occasional bizarrities in note spelling. I mean, G-flat here? Really? We non-computer beings would call that an F-sharp, okay, expectations lowered? Good. Because even with its glitches, when you add to this feature the ability to slow down the music, to simplify the piano part, to watch those LED Guitar Hero lights, and to wear headphones, you've got yourself an insane piano learning environment. You are playing keyboards for any band you choose. It's incredibly enjoyable, and that, of course, is Yamaha's ulterior motive. If you're having fun, you'll play more. If you play more, you get better. Period. When I unboxed the Clavinova on Facebook Live a couple of weeks ago, one of our viewers commented, "Goodbye, piano teachers." And it's true that you can become a better amateur piano player by spending time with this thing, just by playing song after song and following the little blinking lights. You'll wind up noodling more convincingly on pianos you find at friends' houses or bars, for example. Without a teacher, though, you won't become a good piano player. The digital piano makes no attempt to teach you fingering, technique, pedaling, or expression. It has no ability to monitor your progress and assign you sequentially more challenging pieces. It can't explain to you about how sheet music works. And, most concerning of all, it can't critique itself. It can't say, "Oh wow, your iPad is showing the totally wrong chord here. Every time you come to this part, make that an F sharp." You may very well wind up practicing songs incorrectly. Yamaha's stance is that this piano really shines as a companion to a human teacher. That'd be the ultimate. On that, I have to agree. Almost everyone who tries out the Clavinova CSP has a strong reaction. Rank beginners get excited by those little LEDs, which demystify playing the piano if you don't read music. Amateur players are absolutely blown away by this piano. They see immediately how delicious it can be to play along with bands they love, on tunes they know, without ever paying a dime for sheet music. Especially when you crank the volume and fill the house. You feel like a superstar. On the other hand, there may be a class of musician who's disgusted by the whole thing. They may see the LEDs as a crutch, or bemoan the piano's emphasis on pop music, or object that the computer-generated piano parts are simplistic sometimes to the point of nonsense. And these are all reasonable points. But that's like saying that we shouldn't have calculators, because doing math by hand built character. Or we shouldn't send texts, because we are losing the art of handwritten letters. I mean, that's true, but the history of technology is about making our lives easier, and progress never goes backwards. Love it or hate it, the Yamaha Clavinova CSP fits right in. It uses some astounding technology to make learning the piano easier and much, much more fun. More from David Pog. What I learned from my first total solar eclipse: Samsung's Bixby voice assistant is ambitious, powerful, and half-baked. Is through-the-air charging a hoax? Electrify your existing bike in 2 minutes with these ingenious wheels. Marty Cooper, inventor of the cell phone. The next step is implantables. The David Pog Review, Windows 10 Creators Update. Now I get it, Bitcoin, the little-known iPhone feature that lets blind people see with their fingers. David Pog, tech columnist for News Pulse Finance, welcomes non-toxic comments in the comments section below. On the web, Keys. On Twitter, Keys at Pog. On email, keyspogster@newspulse. You can read all his articles here, or you can sign up to get his columns by email.